Today's episode is not just another video. It's a life-saving alert that could protect someone you love, a parent, a grandparent, or even yourself, from a devastating accident that happens more often than you think. Yet almost no one talks about it. Here's something most people don't realize. A simple, everyday activity, like taking a shower, can become dangerously risky for adults over the age of 70, if done at the wrong time of day. That's right. Something as routine and harmless as a warm shower could suddenly trigger a fall, a fainting episode, a stroke, or even cardiac arrest, simply because of when it happens. It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But for thousands of elderly people every year, this hidden danger turns into a life-altering emergency. The saddest part? Most families only discover this risk after it's too late. But that's why this video is so important. Because today, everything changes. Today, we bring this silent hazard out into the light, so you can take action, stay informed, and keep your loved ones safe. In this video, you'll uncover the exact time window when showering becomes most hazardous for older adults, the science behind why this happens, and why most people miss the warning signs, and most importantly, 7 life-saving safety tips that every household should implement immediately, especially if you live with, care for, or love someone over the age of 70. This isn't just about hygiene. This is about preserving independence, avoiding tragedy, and empowering families with knowledge they wish they had known sooner. But before we dive into the science and the safety steps, let me take you into a real-life story that will send chills down your spine. A true event that shows just how real and how preventable this danger can be. Let's begin. Number 1. A morning routine that turned into a tragedy. It was an ordinary Tuesday morning. The sun had just begun to rise, casting a soft golden light over the quiet suburban neighborhood where 76-year-old Raymond lived alone. Raymond was no different from millions of seniors around the world, independent, active, and healthy for his age. He was known by his neighbors for his warm smile, his punctual nature, and his unwavering routine. Every morning, like clockwork, Raymond would wake up at 6:30 a.m., stretch for a few minutes, brew his favorite black coffee, and then step into the shower. But on this particular morning, something went terribly wrong. Just minutes after entering the bathroom, Raymond collapsed. No cries for help, no phone call, just silence. As hours passed and Raymond didn't appear for his usual morning walk, his next-door neighbor, Margaret, began to worry. She rang his doorbell. No answer. She knocked. Still nothing. Finally, with growing concern, she contacted the authorities. When they arrived and entered the home, the scene was heartbreaking. Raymond was found unconscious on the bathroom floor. Paramedics did everything they could, but it was too late. Later that evening, the doctors pieced together the puzzle. Raymond hadn't slipped. He hadn't had a stroke. The real cause was more subtle and more terrifying. His early morning shower, combined with his age and underlying conditions, had triggered a sharp drop in blood pressure, leading to a sudden loss of consciousness and a fatal fall. It was a chain reaction set in motion by something as innocent as warm water and early morning fatigue. A danger that could have been avoided, if only he or his loved ones had known the risks. Raymond's story is not an isolated case. Incidents like these are happening more often than we realize. Behind closed doors, in seemingly safe environments, to people who never imagined a shower could be their last act of the day. Which brings us to the most important question. What exactly went wrong that morning? And more importantly, how can you or someone you love avoid the same fate? Let's break it down. Number 2. The dangerous time frame. You need to avoid. Medical studies from top research hospitals have revealed a startling fact. Showering between 4 a.m. and 8 a.m. can increase the risk of falls, fainting, and heart-related events by over 75% in people aged 70 and older. Why? Because during those early hours, your body is in its most vulnerable state. Blood pressure is still rising after a night of rest. Core temperature is at its lowest. Dehydration is at its peak, and brain alertness is significantly reduced. Combine all that with hot water, standing for long periods, and slippery bathroom floors, and the risk skyrockets. Number 3. The hidden impact of blood pressure medications. Here's something many seniors, and even caregivers, don't realize. The timing of medications can have a massive impact on how safe or dangerous everyday activities can be, especially something as routine as a morning shower. For those who take blood pressure medications, timing is everything. You see, many heart and blood pressure medications are designed to have their strongest effects within the first hour or two after being taken. These medications work by dilating blood vessels, helping to lower blood pressure and making it easier for the heart to pump blood. On paper, these medications do a fantastic job of managing blood pressure. However, what many don't realize is that when seniors take their blood pressure pills first thing in the morning and then follow that with a hot shower soon after, they are unknowingly setting themselves up for a dangerous combination. Why is that a problem? Well, let's break it down. Both the medication and the hot water from the shower work to lower blood pressure. The medication's effects peak within the first 1 to 2 hours after ingestion, causing your blood pressure to dip. At the same time, the hot water in the shower causes blood vessels to expand and further decrease the blood flow to critical organs like the brain and heart. When these two factors, medication and hot water, occur at the same time, they have a compounding effect. The result? An increased risk of dizziness. The combined lowering of blood pressure can make the body feel lightheaded and unsteady, making it harder to keep balance. Fainting. When blood pressure drops too low, it can cause a sudden loss of consciousness, which could lead to a fall and a serious injury, especially if the individual is standing in the shower. Loss of balance. Even if fainting doesn't occur, the sudden decrease in blood pressure can cause a feeling of instability, which is particularly dangerous in a slippery environment like a bathroom. In short, the timing of when someone takes their blood pressure medication, combined with the effects of hot water, creates a double whammy of danger. It's a risk that many don't consider, but one that could have serious consequences. If you or a loved one takes heart medication or blood pressure medication, it's crucial to have a conversation with your doctor about when it's safe to shower. Depending on the type of medication, some doctors may recommend taking the medication a little earlier or later, so it doesn't coincide with the showering routine. And here's an important suggestion. Consider separating your medication from your hygiene routine. Give a gap of a few hours between taking the medication and stepping into the shower. This simple adjustment can help ensure that your body has time to stabilize after taking the medication, and it won't be overwhelmed by the hot water's effects on your blood pressure. Number 4. Your body's struggle with temperature changes. As we get older, the body's ability to adapt to temperature fluctuations diminishes. For young, healthy individuals, the body works like an efficient thermostat, quickly adjusting to changes in the environment. But for seniors, especially those over 70, this natural ability becomes compromised. Imagine this: you wake up in the morning, still groggy from sleep. Your body has just come out of hours of rest, and your internal systems are still slowly starting to wake up. Your blood is still thick, your circulation is sluggish, and your heart rate is at its lowest. In this state, your body is vulnerable. It needs time to adjust to the outside world. Now think about stepping into a hot shower. The warm water feels inviting, doesn't it? The kind of shower that promises to ease those stiff muscles and rejuvenate your senses after a long night. But what feels comforting on the surface may actually be shocking your body in ways you can't see. Here's why. When you expose your body to hot water in the morning, especially during the first few hours after waking up, it suddenly triggers a series of physiological changes. Irregular heart rhythms, the rapid shift in temperature, causes the blood vessels to dilate. For many seniors, this can lead to arrhythmias, or irregular heartbeats, which can be dangerous and even life-threatening. Dizziness. Hot water causes your blood vessels to expand, lowering your blood pressure, which can lead to a sudden feeling of dizziness, lightheadedness, and even fainting. For seniors, this can be especially dangerous if it results in a fall. A sharp drop in blood pressure. When you step into hot water, your blood vessels widen, allowing more blood to flow to your skin, leaving less circulating in vital organs, like your heart and brain. For older adults, this drop in blood pressure can be enough to cause a loss of consciousness or a stroke. Increased risk of heart attack. For people with heart conditions or those at higher risk of cardiovascular events, the shock to the system can be even more severe. The sudden stress on the body, especially the heart, can trigger a heart attack, which is often fatal. This may sound alarming, but it's a real risk that too many families overlook. So what's the solution? Instead of hot showers in the early morning hours, aim for lukewarm showers, especially if you or your loved ones are over 70. Lukewarm water won't overwhelm the body and gives it a chance to gradually adjust to the day. And here's the best part. The body is naturally more stable between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. That's when the body is more hydrated, more awake, and better equipped to handle temperature shifts. During these hours, the body is in its natural rhythm, making it safer for seniors to enjoy a shower without putting undue strain on their heart, blood pressure, or overall health. So, the next time you plan to step into the shower, whether it's for yourself or a loved one, remember that timing and temperature matter more than you think. Number 5. Low visibility, plus slippery floors. A perfect storm. Another factor that turns early morning showers into a deadly trap. Low light. Vision experts warn that aging eyes struggle to adjust to dim lighting. Most bathroom accidents happen not because someone was careless, but because they couldn't properly see the water, soap, or towel on the floor. If you do need to use the bathroom before sunrise, install motion sensor, night lights high contrast, non-slip floor mats grab bars for extra support. One inexpensive upgrade can literally be the difference between a safe shower and a dangerous fall. Number 6. Morning dehydration is more serious than you think. After a night's sleep, the body loses a significant amount of fluids through breathing and sweat. Seniors especially wake up mildly dehydrated, even if they don't feel thirsty. When a dehydrated person steps into a warm shower, blood pressure can drop sharply, causing them to feel lightheaded or even pass out. Make it a rule. Drink a full glass of water, 15 to 30 minutes before every shower, especially if it's in the morning. It's a small habit with potentially life-saving benefits. Number 7. Let's talk about a factor that's often overlooked but can prove to be life-altering in moments of danger. The timing of emergency response. Imagine this scenario. An elderly person is taking their usual morning shower, and for whatever reason, they slip and fall. They hit the floor hard, unable to get up. The worst part? This happens at 5 a.m. when most people are still fast asleep. In this quiet, early morning period, no one may notice the fall for a while. The phone calls haven't started yet. It's too early for work or errands. Neighbors are still in bed, likely unaware of what's going on next door. If the individual lives alone, there may be no one around to hear their cries for help, or they might be too weak to call out loud, enough to be heard. This gap in response time is critical. The longer someone remains on the floor, untreated, the higher the risk that a minor injury could turn into something far more serious or even fatal. A fall in the shower can cause broken bones, head injuries, or internal damage, and without immediate medical assistance, it can quickly escalate into a life-threatening situation. So what can be done to prevent this terrifying scenario? It's all about reducing response time and ensuring help is always available when needed. Here are a few key strategies to make sure that if a fall happens, help is not far behind. Keep a waterproof emergency button in the bathroom. It may seem like a small thing, but having a waterproof emergency button within arm's reach while in the shower can make all the difference. These devices are designed to be pressed in an emergency, alerting family members, neighbors, or emergency responders immediately. Quick access to help can prevent a minor injury from escalating and save valuable time in getting the proper medical care. Arrange daily check-ins with a loved one or neighbor. Establishing a routine where a loved one, friend, or neighbor checks in regularly, especially in the morning when the risk of accidents is higher, can provide an extra layer of protection. A simple phone call or text every morning ensures that someone will know if something goes wrong. If there's a delay in response, your loved one can send someone over or call for emergency assistance. Shower at a time when others are awake and available. If possible, try to schedule showers during times of the day when others are awake, at home, and easily reachable. This reduces the likelihood of being left alone in the event of an emergency. For example, waiting until later in the morning, say after 8 a.m., when family members are already awake and have started their daily routines, can make all the difference in terms of immediate assistance. Even something as simple as texting a friend before and after your shower. It might sound simple, but something as basic as texting a friend or family member before and after your shower can be incredibly effective in ensuring someone is aware of your routine. It's a subtle yet powerful way to keep someone informed of your well-being. In the event of an accident, they'll have a time-stamped check-in, giving them an idea of when you last communicated and when you might need help. Every second counts when it comes to responding to a fall or emergency. The longer a senior is left unattended after an accident, the more vulnerable they become to serious complications, including severe injuries, infections, and even death. By taking a few simple precautions, you can dramatically improve the chances of a quick response, reducing the risks significantly. Remember, planning ahead is not just about comfort. It's about ensuring safety. By proactively making sure help is accessible and that your loved ones are never left alone without support, you give them the best possible chance of staying safe, no matter the time of day. Final words. A simple change can save a life. Now that you know the facts, let me ask you, is that early morning shower worth the risk? Shifting your shower to a safer time of day, staying hydrated, adjusting medication timing, and improving bathroom lighting aren't drastic lifestyle changes. They're simple adjustments that could save your life. You've just learned what most people never find out until it's too late. Call to action. If this video opened your eyes, please like and share it with someone over 70 or a family member caring for one. It could save a life tomorrow morning. Comment below. What time do you usually take your shower? Will you be making changes after watching this? Stay safe, stay smart, and we'll see you in the next video.